Today I need to take a bunch of the prettiest pictures in Minecraft. And this is the first one. Yes, I do take them in free cam. That's just easier. And the reason I need to do this is that I now have a Patreon where I promise to upload weekly wallpapers of builds that I built. So with that, welcome to the first proper episode of TryPixel. Here I'm uploading Let's Plays of just playing on the Superflat SMP, and they're much more low effort than my typical videos on the main channel. So let's fly up here and stand on top of here. And if I go into free cam, I can select the correct render distance and take a screenshot. That's picture number 2. Let's see how many we can get this episode. And obviously I'm doing this to try and produce a bunch of them ahead of time, because if I fail to deliver on promises on YouTube, that's not a big deal, but on Patreon people will be paying for this stuff, or I hope they will. So I must deliver on everything I say, and if I'm like sick for a week or whatever, I don't wanna not give them the screenshot. I don't know if the pyramid is pretty enough, but I guess I can just do it. If I don't like it in the end, I can just not take it anyway. I do think for this one we should take some distance blur. I can enable that here. Screenshot. Is it only me, or is there something wrong with my running animation? I have to take a bunch of seeds and plant them right here, but before that it's turning night, which is the perfect time for the graveyard screenshot. That looks pretty good, I would say. Maybe a scary sort of close-up like that, and another one where you can see the stars. Now I can sleep again. Continue planting seeds. This is now all planted, but it's not grown yet. And I don't want to spend 20 or 30 minutes waiting for that to happen. So before I do that, let's make the other screenshots. And sheep. Maybe one of just a single house. Specifically my storage system. Maybe one of the basalt farm, because I think this also looks cool in its own industrial sort of way. Unfortunately, distance blur doesn't work in the nether. That would have made it look better. Maybe I can do that in the editing later in GIMP, which is a terrible name. I'd rather say Photoshop, but the program is called GIMP. I didn't edit anything in post, by the way, and I think this is a good point to say that I spent like 2 or 3 hours recording this video, making wallpapers for an entire year of Patreons. And obviously it's not worth the price. The Patreon is only supposed to be there for people who really want to monetarily support me and the endeavor of making this, you know, something I can live off of. And the perks are to be seen as gimmicks that if you like one of them, you can use them. It's not something that I would pay for simply for the perks. And I'm not trying to make it seem like it's worth a ton and I'm selling great value things. It's just a fun gimmick. Although you also shouldn't think that it only took me 3 hours to do everything for Patreon for an entire year, because there are other perks than the wallpapers. That's only one of them. Still, my prior point applies. Who did this? I've replaced this piglin so many times and somehow he got killed again. Now this farm doesn't work properly, but I'm not worrying about that now, because I have to take a screenshot of this, and I really would love it if distance blur worked here. I hope I can somewhat do that in post. Now I can take a screenshot here, and I can sleep, and take another one here, in the daylight. The interior with all its holes is basically completely free for a bunch of wallpapers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The part of the mega base that's already looking pretty good is also gonna be used. Although the rain is a little annoying here, I hope I can sleep soon. Finally, I was able to sleep. So which of these houses looks the best for a close-up? I think this one is pretty good. And then maybe actually a blurred screenshot of everything, because that could fit for a wallpaper. And an unblurred one. Also fireplace close-up. And that's it for the mega base. Now only the Technoblade statue is left. And Aurora just joined. And also, I hope I have a bunch of invisibility potions somewhere, so that I can see the Techno statue. Lol, she's right though. How do you think I got these 1000 levels? I had to go back and I'm gonna have to make new night vision potions. They are now brewed. I can sleep in here. And then I'll drink one of these. And I can finally see him. Let's stand on the shoulder of a giant and make a screenshot. And I think, except for the field that hasn't grown yet, that's about it for the server. But I have other places to take screenshots. There's some buildings behind me that I can take wallpaper screenshots of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is there no blur anymore? Border fog on. Forgot which number I was at. That +1. That +2. And I think I'll retake all of them with this short render distance. And now I'm done with that. That's it in the creative testing world. But there's definitely some stuff in my old hardcore world. I just realized in these old ones I don't really need to use FreeCam because I can just fly around in spectator anyway. And number one is definitely the pirate ship. Then my old hardcore house. The flag. Like, it's not pretty in this scenario, but it's important. So there's this western building. I need to unschematic this schematic. Then we have the old Technoblade church, although it's really hard to get this in a good angle. Maybe more from back here. Also, the chicken is going crazy. Maybe I should have explained what that means. In the bell of the church, there's a pressure plate next to a bell and a chicken running around. So whenever the bell is on, that means the chicken is on the pressure plate. But this is a better screenshot. And the elephant in the room, of course, this huge thing. Nice. Then I went back to the round farm to wait for the wheat to grow. So I'm back now. I think most of the wheat has grown. Grown? Is grown a word? Whatever. Next wallpaper. And this would have been it, but I forgot about a few things that are at spawn. This looks pretty good. And this is gonna be the last screenshot. And this is gonna be the last screenshot. Screenshot. This will be the last screenshot. And with that, I've now produced probably over 30 wallpapers. That will last me for over half a year on the Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching this. Maybe check out my main channel or Quad Pixel, which is my 4th channel for some minigame let's plays. Or Long Pixel for like long plays. Or I guess you can check out Pixel Clips for clips of my streams. Or you can check out Pixel with I in case you want to see some gameplay of other games. There's a lot of options really. And with that, see you next time. Also, this one was pretty short. I hope in the future they're gonna be about twice as long as this video. Bye.